This is the marshrutka which we need, number 30. And we'll be getting to Tskaltubo. Здравствуйте, вы едете на Tskaltubo? Супер. Сколько стоит?
1,50.
1,50. Ага, супер.
알아, 미 알아. 와,
Один. Megobroba. While we are driving the marshrutka towards Tskaltubo, I will take a moment to explain you why am I going here. I'm staying in Kutaisi, but Tskaltubo is very near. It's something like 20 minutes drive with marshrutka. And Tskaltubo was, well, there still are these thermal mineral water springs, but many years ago during Soviet times it was a very popular place for resorts and spas, and there were many people coming with trains from all over Soviet Union, and they called these places sanatoriums, basically spas. And I heard that many of them are abandoned at this moment, so not many people going there, and it might be a very interesting place to explore and see something beautiful and abundant at the same time. But I haven't been there, so we have yet to see and explore. Извините, вы обратно по этой же дороге едете, да? Спасибо. Megobroba. So that was the van we just took, and we arrived in the middle of nowhere. And towards that side is the big central park, around which is built this town, and around this park, like a big circle all around, are located all the old sanatoriums, which I'll try to see, at least some of them. So that is our first sanatorium. Let's see. I guess this will be an interesting place. It's funny, there are many dogs around in this country. I have seen quite a few already. And there is one more. I don't know if you can see. Let's zoom in a little bit. Well, this will be an interesting place, I can tell you already. I'm pretty sure it was definitely worth going, taking the trip and coming here. Hi doggy, how are you today? Seem to be good and well. And here is a sidewalk which suddenly ends because they needed something there. But what do you think, doggy? It won't be a problem. We can jump on this fence and walk around the place. No problem at all. And this one looks like it will be the... Well, it's quite impressive. With such stairs on both sides. Imagine in the old days, in the Soviet times and 50s and 60s, many people were coming in here and they were having their vacation. They had these special permits probably, which allowed them to use this place for, I don't know, 1 week probably. And they were coming in these stairs and registering their stay. Well, it's quite a different picture today. What do you think? Well, this is a place where you need to look up because things can fall down on you, and you need to look down as well for at least 2 reasons. One reason is that there can be some boards with nails in them. And other reasons can be you can just step in somebody's, how to say it, place where he used it as a toilet. And here you can enjoy the views on overgrown park and another sanatorium, which is probably in the same condition as this one. I almost tried to fall down there. And here you can see a small tree. Is it a fig tree? Something similar, but maybe. And behind the tree you can see the facade of the whole place. Imagine how it could look, how it could have looked long ago, when it was all nice. There were probably some coffee tables there on the terrace, and maybe there with Soviet people drinking morning coffee. Here you see the trees growing even inside in the corridor. And somebody probably had their room here. Nice. And when you take these steps, well, here there are steps at least. Here you see steps are all gone. Probably they were worth enough to take them away. But here you see it's not a very clever idea to get down there. So let's try to be careful. And this, I think, is already an attic. I know here are still some rooms, but this looks like an attic, which it really is. And you see there is no roof. A lot of corn cobs eaten. But this place might be a little bit dangerous if it's no roof for a long time already. It means that all the joists might be rotten as well. Maybe let's not walk there. This is the highest floor we can get to. Let's have a look out of the balcony. Imagine all the people sitting there, drinking their morning coffee on the terrace, having a look on beautifully manicured lawns in the park. Here you can see what kind of wallpaper they had. That's a toilet. And here you can see even more of the same wallpaper. It's still here. And for all the tourists, it's important not to forget where you are. Tskaltubo. That's the name of the town. This is a bit more scary place. Nice. I thought this other stair will be better, but I'm starting to have my doubts about that. Maybe the previous one was better. And this is the central foyer, lobby, probably. Yeah, that was my first sanatorium of Tskaltubo. Let's see what the others look like. I marked about 14 of them on my map, so we'll see. Everything here is very overgrown and old, and I didn't get here on time. These cows were walking on that street. And it looks like they're just free-range cows. They just walk around and eat wherever they think it's good. And I don't see any shepherd. Hi cow. And another Miss Cow. Cool. And sorry for misleading, but this one seems not to be a sanatorium. This is just a regular house, an apartment building where people live. And there's nothing special there. Why did I say that this is some special sanatorium? And you see, there are people having their clothes after washing. Just life as usual. That previous sanatorium was called Savane, and this is called Imeretti. And it looks to be pretty much kind of the same thing. So I guess I won't be going inside all around, just having a look from here. This probably was a fountain of water. You could drink mineral water coming out, probably. The same stuff which we buy in bottles in Europe for big money. Do you know? Mineral water which is called Borjomi. Very popular and quite expensive in Europe. They fill it in a town in Georgia which is called, you guessed, Borjomi. It's not here, I just remembered about it. Wow. What do you think? And it looks like people are living inside. Squatting, probably. Interesting. Tskaltubo, I noticed on the map that there is Tetra cave near, or White cave. Let's see if it's something interesting or not. I have no clue. Let's find out. Megobroba. So we learned some new words. Megobroba means hello, and Madloba means thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Megobroba.
Megobroba, Рогурахат, Каргат. И образована из известняков. Состоит пещера из 3 основных залов, которых разделяют сталактиды, сталагмиты и колонны сталагнатов. Длина пещеры 100 метров, максимальная высота 8 метров, а максимальная ширина 35 метров. Общая площадь пещеры составляет 3500 квадратных метров. Температура во все времена года всегда стабильная, 14 градусов. Также здесь всегда стабильная относительная влажность, где-то 85, в пределах 85%. Которую в 1955 году у детей упал мячик, которые были здесь учителем на экскурсии. Спустились они, а потом за ними спустился, значит, учитель. И так он обнаружил эту пещеру. Значит, после этого, оказывается, сам учитель начал изучать нашу пещеру, опубликовал очень много статей. Сталактиды растут сверху, с потолка, сталагмиты снизу, и когда они встречаются, видите, получается такой красивый сталагнат. Сейчас мы перешли во второй зал, и этот зал называется ритуальным. Является не только уникальным памятником природы, но уникальным историческим местом, так как здесь после археологических раскопок были найдены примерно 15 тысяч исторических артефактов, которые свидетельствуют здесь о жизни первобытных людей. Эту часть они применяли как бы для проведения каких-то жертвоприношений и ритуалов. В этой яме были найдены, значит, целые черепа медведей, пещерных медведей. И что примечательно, когда открыли один слой, оказывается, внизу, они были расставлены на друг друге в виде пирамиды. Да. Таким важной находкой считается медный наконечник истории Грузии. Здесь очень красивая аллергена, патогенных микробов, поэтому здесь и в советское время, и сейчас, вот, пришли к нам гости, проводятся спелеооздоровительные процедуры, очень хорошо действуют на дыхательные пути, на бронхиальную астму, на все виды, значит, заболеваний дыхательных путей. Главное, мы здесь проходим дегустацию грузинских вин, которые здесь у нас хранятся и стоят. Я сейчас хочу вам показать, как красиво и как растут сталактиды. Оказывается, там внутри трубочки, и оттуда течет вода. Видите?
И она капает?
Не
или
капает.
она...
Нет, капает, конечно. Да. Есть, которые кристаллизуются, а вот как только нажмешь, сразу на тебя капает. Да, идите вот отсюда. Растут, конечно. Даже, знаете, вот начали расти вот эти старые сталактиды, которые были перерезаны, и даже они ожили и начали расти. Отсюда снизу, и вот маленькие сталактиды уже появились.
What do you think, friends, if I didn't tell you that I'm going into a cave and I would just be showing these things to you? What would be your guess? Where are we? What is this kind of strange kingdom of nowhereness? Amazing how this water drips down from all these pieces, and by dripping down it forms these stalactites. How is it in English? And you get these icicle type formations, and then they form from below as well. You see these, and in some places they join from below and from top, and they are called stalagmites. I think in English it's called, pronounced, not sure exactly. These kind of columns. Amazing place. And they told a lot about Georgian wines, that they are very proud that Georgia is the first place in the human history where people were making wine from cultured grapes. So it is a unique thing for them, and they will be making wine degustation here for those who paid for it and were interested in it.
Один и тот же сорт винограда, но вино получается абсолютно разное, потому что на него действует терруар, значит место, где они растут. Да, в Мукузане получается сухое, то, что растет в Кинзмарове, получается полусладкое.
То есть в Мукузане полусладкого нет?
Нет.
Нет, да? И в Мукузане красного нет?
Конечно, в Мукузане это красное вино. Там склад.
Не туристы там, не ваши гиды.
Нет, это мы. Я вот, например, сомелье, да, провела дегустацию, закончилось вино, мы кладем там. Вина у нас высококачественные, абсолютно.
Would you believe if I told that I am somewhere on Mars or on the moon? Probably not. They say that after the degustation, when they taste the wine, often the three types of wine they have here, and after that nobody wants to leave this place. I kind of can imagine. And it's perfectly clean air here as well. No dust, no microorganisms, nothing. They even make some therapies for asthma and some other kind of breathing illnesses, because it is so good to breathe this air from the cave. And you noticed there these stalactites were white, but here they are black. And the reason why they are black, it's not because it's natural, but it's because people were living here long ago, many centuries ago, and they were making fire here, and from the smoke they are dark. And the main entrance now is there, but initially it wasn't found, and it was also very small. But here, until the 70s or something, here were the place where they could get in, and actually that's the way how they found this cave, when kids were playing a ball up there, and the ball fell into this hole here, and they asked the teacher to help to get the ball, and then they went down here, and then they discovered all these holes of amazing stalactites, stalagmites and stalagmites. Amazing. So that's the main door today, which was very small, like it was all filled with soil, which they dug out. And they didn't know about this place before. And that's the outside. Wow, there's a big difference. It's warm here in the sun. It was 13 degrees inside. Why are you so angry with me? Okay, friendly. And yeah, it's so big difference. It's something like 25 outside, maybe more. And inside it was 13. And this thing is called Satznacheli, where they you take the grapes in and squeeze the juice out for making wine. And here is some lake or pond probably. There is some artificial sluice, or how do you call it? And some small mountains behind. I don't know if you can see it, but looks nice. And this beast is called Sanatorium Iveria, but unfortunately it has a fence around it. But I have a feeling that there is a hole in that fence. Shall we go and try and see if we can get in? Because I want to be an honorable guest or customer of this sanatorium for a couple minutes. Like this cat. We'll see if it will work out or not. I think I might be able to get in somewhere here. Yes. I like it. If there's no entrance at the front, there's always one at the back. So, we are officially in. And I am a customer of Sanatorium Iveria. Did I say it right? I forgot already. Not bad. You see, these places had a parquet floor, and this part obviously was water damaged, so they left it. But everything else is taken out because it was of some value. And there, wow, what will be there? You see? Wow. Is it called marble in English? The material for the columns. Not bad, not bad. And imagine, guys, this is Soviet Union. I think it is some 50s or 60s. Which years did they make it? And there's a fountain. You know, when I see these things and I realize that this is in the 50s or 60s when the Stalin was still alive, and it was built in Soviet Union for proletariat, for those people, as they said, who don't have anything to lose except their worn out working hands. And they built these things. When I see these things, I remember this, what Orwell wrote in Animal Farm, is it called in English, when he said that all animals are equal, but some of them are more equal than the others. You know, this place was built for the ones which were more equal than the others. Imagine Soviet Union after Second World War. All that misery. Nobody owned anything. Everybody who did own something were sent to gulags because obviously they wouldn't be supporters for Communist Party. And they built these kind of things for people. Well, I'm just guessing now, I don't know. Correct me if you know. But I think they were building these for the people who were called Red Barons. Do you know such term? Red Baron. He is red, meaning he is kind of a communist person, everything is alright. But at the same time he is Baron. He is a smallish king, higher class of persons. And that's the law of nature. Nature doesn't like a vacuum. If you take out all the rich ruling people and send them to gulags, you will get new rich, mighty people in their place, who will be building such places for themselves, and enjoying them. Only difference will be that they will be calling themselves Red, Communist, and Proletariat. Does this look like place for proletariat? It's just human nature. Carefully. Now I'm probably in the most important room. Nice. Oh, it might fall down soon. Not a bad place for proletariat. I almost feel like I wanted to become a communist to be that wealthy. Well, this is something interesting. I have no clue what it was, but probably down there was a lobby. Yeah, and probably there was some railing around it. No, it's not dangerous at all. No, I better won't go on these nails. I will have a good use for my feet later on. No need to destroy them. Oh, and this door. It's possible to open this door. Well, here's some parquet still left. Nice. Here you can see the floor, which is bent over the ceiling for one floor below. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And here's that ceiling. This is careful, a lot of glass, a lot of nails. And that's the main balcony. Life is good, isn't it? Wow. Imagine how it was in those years. So that was Sanatorium Iveria. Carefully, because there is a lot of bramble and other things which might be problematic. Sanatorium Iveria. The last view from this side. This sanatorium was called Megobroba, if I pronounce it correctly, but it's closed. We can't really get in. We'll see, maybe from some other side. And there is one Zhiguli, or Lada as you call it in West. We met a man inside who was in charge of the place. And he was saying that he won't let us in. We need to pay 20 lari, and we said we won't take it. There is a small bridge towards that same place, and now when I was telling you that he didn't let us in, he said, don't film me, 10 lari. If I film him 10 lari, I need to pay for that. That was a funny guy. He said it was full of people during Soviet times here. Every sanatorium was full of people. Place was very live, but then it suddenly stopped. Perhaps after Soviet Union collapsed. And I asked why it didn't stop, because it's a beautiful place and nice thermal waters and everything. And he says he don't know. It just stopped. Nobody knows. Interesting. Tskaltubo Plaza. You see, there are these types of buildings as well. And that's the place where the man didn't let us in.
Они повсюду.
You will definitely never feel alone in this town. How many do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's all around one restaurant. This is Sanatorium Iveria, but it looks like there are even some windows. So it might be not that much abundant, but we can have a look. Although I have a suspicion that it won't be anything that special. And I have spent half a day already, and I haven't gotten half of all the sanatoriums which I put on my map. So maybe it's not worth trying to get up there, but you can see approximately what's there. So that's Imeretti, and this is the entrance into Sanatorium Metallurgist. Well, you can't get any more Soviet than that, can you? Metallurgical worker. Metallurgist, that's the name of this place. Well, we'll see how metallurgists lived in Soviet Union. This is how it looks when we get a bit closer to it. What do you think? And this also have windows and even doors. And not only doors, but pig, which I just woke up. This pig was snoring in a funny way, but I woke it up. Come on, guys. Where else in the world you will see a sanatorium with its own pig? Sorry I didn't get to film how it was snoring, it was funny sound. But these doggies, they seem to be friendly, but they're still barking. Well, this is how metallurgist looks. And it looks like somebody is living there. Hello, doggy. Are you friendly? Yeah. Oh. How many are you here?
Мы туристы. Мы просто по этим ходим, по санаториям по старым. Снимаем.
А, свинья, да?
Да,
А почему умирает?
не знаю.
Ага. А у кого она принадлежит? Она спала, да, храпела. А у кого она принадлежит, вы знаете? Нет, просто ходит вокруг.
Да.
Прикольно. Да. А люди здесь живут тоже, да? Люди здесь тоже живут?
Живем, да, пока.
Ага. Да.
Живут, да.
Интересно, да. Да. Всего доброго вам. Madloba. That lady was noticing that we're there, and she was asking if that pig was about to die. That she was thinking it's dying, but it was only sleeping and snoring. And she was laughing as well, and then I asked if she knows who owns that pig, and she said no, she doesn't. Why that pig is there. And then I asked if the people are still living there, and she says yes, they are living there, as she said, still living, at the moment living. I don't know what she meant with that. Probably that they won't be able to live there soon, but I don't know. So yeah, different, difficult, interesting places. What do you think about that thing? That's not even a sanatorium, I think. It's just a living apartment building. And this sanatorium is called Железнодорожник, railway worker. So, let's see how railway workers were having their vacations. Megobroba?
По-русски знаете?
Да, могу по-русски. Это железнодорожник, да?
Да, да. Да.
Интересно, такое большое здание.
Давай не говори.
А когда-то здесь было много людей, да?
Войны полный везде был.
Полный везде.
Везде.
Это в советских времен, да? Советские времена.
Мы же из Сухуми.
Сухуми?
Да.
Ага.
Мы
ага.
беженцы.
Из Абхазии, да?
Да.
Да.
Да, из Абхазии.
А вы сейчас живете здесь, да?
Здесь жили уже 30 лет.
Ага.
Сейчас квартиру дали уже месяц.
А уже своя нормальная квартира, как бы, да? Ага.
Дали уже.
А до того вы жили в этой
Да,
санатории, да?
пока еще здесь живем.
Ага.
Пока надо же купать что-нибудь. Я там жила, а меня все соседи русские были.
Ага.
Уже забывай, пожалуйста. Да.
Но это было очень красивое место когда-то.
Да, война.
Да.
Хорошо было, сейчас уже.
Сейчас брошено все.
Да.
А вы не знаете, почему люди уже перестали ехать отдыхать?
Оттуда?
Ну, как раньше все ехали отдыхали
Да,
здесь,
да,
а почему перестали?
Пока мы пришли здесь, конечно, отдыхающие были здесь.
Ага. Но сейчас уже нету.
Да, отдыхающих нет, конечно, мы беженцы живем здесь, жили.
Да.
Много вышло, много. Пока еще есть, да, живем.
That lady just came and probably she was just looking what we are doing here. But she told me that they are refugees from Abkhazia, from Sukhumi. And in 1993, I understand that that's the time when Abkhazia, although I'm not sure, did it break away from Georgia in more recent times? I haven't checked this, but she said that from 1993 they had to leave their houses in Abkhazia, and they had nowhere to go, and they were not able to take anything with them, not even a needle, she said, and they had to leave. And since then they're living here in very difficult and miserable situation. Like you see, they're actually living there. And now they got a new flat, a new apartment from somewhere, probably government, I don't know. And they will be moving soon, so it's a happy thing which happens in their life. But yeah, can you imagine what kind of difficulty and hardship they went through to run away from Abkhazia in Sukhumi, to be here without even a needle, as she said, and to live here for almost 30 years without knowing. And I asked, does she know if she will be ever able to return in their home in Sukhumi? And she says nobody knows. Nobody knows. Wow, I think we people, especially in the Western world, we can't even imagine how much we just take for granted. Which not everybody has. God bless these people. I hope they will have a good place to live now. This is an entrance into another sanatorium. I think it's called Madara. But you know what? I have already 15 sanatoriums on the map. and we have visited quite a few of them, and I still have a lot to see. I'll leave it out. I don't think there will be something a lot more different. Let's continue to the next one. I'm going now to something which is called on the map with the name Spring 6. Could that be maybe one of those places where the thermal springs were? I don't know. What do you think what it is? Shall we go and see? And this dog is following me for, I don't know, half an hour at least, I think. I don't know if he's just friendly or he thinks that I have something to eat for him, which I obviously don't. Even when I had doggy to eat, it was an apple. I'm not sure you would be very happy to have it. You see, here it's written 6 spring as well. Try to guess what it is. What kind of spring is it? A thermal water spring, another sanatorium, but this one seems to be working. I think it might be a working sanatorium, and probably I wouldn't be a good candidate for being a customer for them, because if it's working it will have a ticket or entrance fee. It will be different to those sanatoriums which I had visited during this day. But it looks nice. And what do you think, doggy? Is it nice? Yes, it is nice. Megobroba. And this is another sanatorium which is called Megobroba 2. I have no clue what it means, but it looks like also people are living there. Megobroba. Yeah, definitely people are living there. Maybe we won't be intruding them too much. Let's go. You see, you can get a gas full of firewood. And this one says "Продается" for sale, but I don't know what is for sale, firewood or that house behind it. And that doggy is still following me all the time. When I walk these streets, it looks like I can imagine how it looked before. This was probably well kept and manicured park where a lot of people from all the Soviet socialistic republics were coming and walking and having their vacation in the sanatorium, which is now basically a jungle. And this is the next sanatorium, which is called Megobroba, without 2, just Megobroba. The previous one was Megobroba 2. And one man just told me that it means, in translation, friendship. So, a nice name for sanatorium. Shall we have a look on it? Now then, this is how friendship looks today. Wow, this is how friendship looks. We have puppies as well, not just dogs. Well, this is real Megobroba friendship. So cute. Guys. And this is the friendship which I was initially speaking about. Gamerjoba. Вы говорите по-русски? Это когда-то был санаторий, да?
Санаторий, да.
Ага. А вы знаете, почему все закончилось? Почему все санатории брошены?
Это демократия все.
Демократия?
Да, когда коммунисты были, все работало.
Ага.
А потом все разрушили.
Когда Советский Союз рухнул, все, перестали люди ехать, да? А почему? Ведь красивое место, красивые здания. Почему люди не едут больше?
Нету хозяина.
Нету хозяина? Ага.
Да,
А кому это принадлежало государству, да?
конечно.
Да. Yes, doggy. Is it your puppies? It looks like it could be yours, and you are now stressed out that two strangers came. While walking here, well, before even coming to here, I met a person from Kazakhstan, and he also wanted to see the place, so we decided we will go together and see. Yeah, you see, he's stressed and a bit angry. All the fur on top of the back is up, so he's stressed about our presence. Yeah, doggy, we won't do anything bad. Don't be stressed. These are some nice brothers. And that's my trusty companion who is always following us for, I don't know, 1 hour maybe. Yes, doggy. Yes. And this is probably the last one which I will be looking today, because it already took me 3 times more than I initially thought. I initially thought I will come quickly in the morning, look for this abandoned place and go back to Kutaisi, because today was mostly for me planned for Kutaisi. But it was so crazy and interesting here that I just kept walking and exploring more and more of them. This one is called Sanatorium Sakartvelo, and I might be a complete fool who will now completely lose my face if I make this wrong, but I think in Georgian language Sakartvelo means Georgia, but I might be wrong, and if it would be wrong it would be a terrible mistake, sorry for that. So if I am right, this one means that this is sanatorium which is called Georgia. Well, it was obviously the very big one, and it was definitely a later time building. It could be, I don't know, 70s, 80s probably. Definitely not Stalin's times like the ones which we saw before. So I don't think there is much to be seen. Plus I see that people are living there. You see, there is somebody even heating house or making the meal on the wooden stove, wood burning stove. And there is also windows in some places, and also some places where people are drying their clothes. So obviously people are living there now. Maybe squatting, maybe legally there, I don't know. And who am I to judge and tell? I can just observe. And this doggy is still following me. What do you think, doggy? Yeah, he's just pretending that he doesn't know anything, but he's always around me. And I have walked, I don't know how. 1 hour, probably more even. He's always around. Yes, doggy, I'm talking about you. Okay. So I was thinking I got bored already from all this long walking. I might have some fun here. What do you think? Maybe I'm a bit too old for that. Am I? Ah, people are cleaning the place. That's why it's so clean here. Megobroba. It's quite majestic. What do you think? And that's the Central Park. That's where all the sanatoriums. Well, basically, I started from that end. We went around. There was the big cave. Then we continued there, and we went around all that like a big circle with all the 15 or how many I forgot already sanatoriums, and we came back here. That was a crazy tour, but interesting, wasn't it? Especially your ankle is not in pain when you're watching that sitting in your armchair now. Must be good. For me it's a bit too much, but it was worth it. And this is the train station, the big central train station of Tskaltubo. Did I pronounce it right? I always mix up these interesting names. And here was the fountain before the train station. And I was told by many of those people that in the Soviet times there were coming trains from Russia, from all the Soviet Union, with many people, long trains with many cars, and they were coming in, staying in all these God knows how many sanatoriums. I saw, I think, 15, but there are more even, and they were staying here and walking that huge Central Park and spending their vacation and repairing their health, and they were coming out of this train station to their sanatoriums. So it was completely different time. And remember that old man at this sanatorium which I greeted, and I was talking in Russian with him. He said, I was asking him, you see this? Completely nothing. Completely. And you see there were three rails, what do you call it? 3 tracks. And even 2 of them were with electricity. No, all 3 of them was electrical. And now you see the rails are completely rusted over. It means that no trains were coming in and out of here for a long time. No trains at all. I'm not even speaking about the long, big, fast sleeper trains which came from Moscow and Siberia and all the other places. And you see here, even the grass is growing, so you can definitely see that no trains were passing here. Now let's see, we can get in the train station here as well. My doggy is showing me the way now. And my doggy is, of course, making sure that all this territory is his. He's marking all the town. We have gone all through the town, and he was marking every corner. Did you? Can you tell me? Did you? Yes, yes, you did. Of course you did. Yes, all town is yours now. Every corner is yours, marked with your signature. Okay, that old man was telling, I was asking him, how did it happen? Why did it stop? Because I understand that during Soviet Union there was a special quotas and special ways how to give these special putyovkas, I think they said, these document which gives you permission to go to this sanatorium and spend your vacation there. There were some special ways how they were giving out these things to people, and of course that was all gone when the Soviet Union collapsed. That's clear. But why is it so that in such a beautiful place with thermal waters, with mineral water coming out of your tap, all the things, why people stopped coming completely? It's kind of unclear to me. Because people could still come. Okay, maybe it's not all the sanatoriums, you couldn't fill all of them, but you still could fill, I don't know, half of them, third of them. And if people don't come from Russia and Kazakhstan anymore, maybe they could come from Western world, from Europe, from other places. And I was asking him, why did it stop? How did it happen? And his reply was very simple: democracy. That's what did it. And I was asking what did he mean with it, and he said, when the communists were ruling, everything was working. Democracy stopped it all, spoiled it. That's where disaster comes from, democracy. So he obviously was one of those people who just observe that during Soviet times it was full of people, everybody was here, everybody was happening, there was work, we were okay. And now democracy came, people are not coming here anymore, we have no jobs, everything is abandoned, it's bad. So democracy is bad. Simple as that. So that was his kind of conclusion out of all this. But yeah, I still am wondering if I could find somebody who could tell me at least some clue. Why did it stop completely? Why nobody is coming? Interesting. But in any case, it has been an interesting day in one very unusual place. And I really thought it will be a short moment in the morning and the rest of the day I will spend in Kutaisi. But it turned out to be a good day. I think it might be something like 5 p.m. already. And I'm still here. But it's time, because at 6 p.m. the last marshrutkas are leaving for Kutaisi, and if we don't catch them, both me and my new friend from Kazakhstan will be staying to spend the night somewhere in a park on a bench, which isn't too good idea. Even though it's warm and hot even, I don't think it's too good idea. Let's catch some marshrutka and get home. Is it number 30 or not? It is. It looks like it is. So we get in it and we get back to Kutaisi. Perfect. That's nice. So that's it for this day, for our explorations through Tskaltubo. That's the train station. And see you next time when we get out in Kutaisi. All the best.
독일이다 나는.
Madloba.